In this video, I'm going to show you how you can write winning job proposals on Upwork. Hey guys, my name is Scott, and on this channel I make videos like this one on tips for freelancing as well as tutorials on Premiere Pro and Photoshop. So please do consider hitting that subscribe button and hitting the notification bell if you don't want to miss any of those. Okay, let's get into how we can write winning Upwork proposals. The best advice I can give right off the bat is keep proposals short and to the point. Do not waste the client's time. Now, the way I structure proposals is basically in three main parts. The first part is the introduction. This is where you want to briefly say who you are and how you think you can help them. Try to make your intro and proposal conversational and informal. Try not to start off the proposal with something like, "to whom it may concern," or something like that. You'll just come across as robotic and distant. Imagine that you're sitting with the client in a coffee shop or some public place, and you're chatting with them in a friendly way. You're going to say things like, "Hey," or "How's it going?" when you first meet them. It's great to start off a cover letter with that kind of greeting. A great tip is look for the client's job description and their feedback from past freelancers. Many times, past reviews will start off with the client's first name. For example, you'll see testimonials like, "It was a pleasure working with Chris," or "Chris was an absolute pleasure to work with." People subconsciously love being called by their name because it creates a personal connection. To a client, it means that you took the extra step to learn their name and do a bit more research into their project. The second part of the proposal is where you become the guide. In this section, you can go into detail about how you think you can solve the client's issues. However, the first thing you want to do in this section is to show some of your work. You don't want to take too long to get into the details of how you can help a client without showing examples. So post work samples, but keep it to just 3. You don't want to bombard a client with 100 different samples that they need to look through. Pick your best 3 and paste the links. Also, make sure that your samples are direct links to the work. Don't just link your website or portfolio page hoping that a client will take the time to browse through it, because I can tell you right now, they won't. The more difficult you make it for a client to view your work samples, the less likely they'll want to work with you. Next, you can back up your samples by only talking about past experiences that are relevant to the client's projects. A crucial tip here is that you should try and make the client the hero. And what do I mean by that? Basically, don't drone on and on about your life story and how much experience you have. That's just going to bore a client to death. They'll stop reading your proposal and move on to the next. Instead, try to frame your work experience around how you can best serve their project's needs. Talk about how your skills can benefit them, and be sure to position yourself as someone who is helping the hero get the job done. You want to be the guide along their path to success. Basically, be like the Yoda to their Luke Skywalker, or maybe the Gandalf to their Frodo Baggins. Also, be sure to ask them questions. Clients want to know that you're invested in making their project become a reality just as much as they are. A surefire way to do that is to ask really thoughtful questions about their project. The next part of the proposal is the call to action. This is the wrap-up part where you can make your final pitch and emphasize how a client can contact you. To end your proposal or cover letter, you'll need a strong call to action. Remember, even though you may be familiar with Upwork and how messaging works on the platform, clients may not, especially if they're new. So make it very clear of how to get a hold of you and let them know what your availability is for a quick chat on Skype or in some other way. Clients are more than likely reading dozens and dozens of other proposals, and they don't have a lot of time to waste. So the easier it is for them to know how to get in touch with you, the better your chances are. Some proposals may have additional questions that a client has filled out and they want you to answer as part of the proposal. A good tip to know is that a client actually reads the additional questions parts first, before they see your cover letter. So in this case, your best bet is to take advantage of that fact, because the majority of the other freelancers who are applying to the gig probably aren't going to realize this. That means you should try to put as much thought and energy into answering each of the client's add-on questions as you would with the cover letter. This is also a great place to post relevant samples of work that might help answer the client's questions. Remember, you don't have to write long, epic replies to each question. You can keep it short and sweet, but really try to answer each question thoughtfully, as those additional questions are actually your first impression with a client. Now, this next tip is very important. Please do not use cover letter or proposal templates. I was very guilty of this when I first started out writing proposals. I adopted sort of the spray and pray strategy, which basically meant that I created one template proposal that I would just change slightly for each job posting. Then I would bid on anything that remotely came close to a video editing job, because that's my creative field, in the hope that at least 1 or 2 clients would contact me. And I'm going to tell you right now, do not do this. You're wasting your time, and the clients can tell immediately when they read a proposal that it's just a template and it comes across as spam. Ultimately, clients will appreciate that you didn't waste their time and that you were straight to the point, and the samples that you provided were easy to open and review. Little things like this send a huge message to a prospective client that you're not just professional, but you're also great to work with. So those are some tips for writing proposals on Upwork. Is there a part of proposal writing that you struggle with? Let me know in the comments below and I'll see if I can help. If you've enjoyed this video, please do hit the like button and feel free to share with anyone who might also enjoy it. For more information on freelancing tips and tutorials on Premiere Pro and Photoshop, please visit my website at scottedwardfowler.com. Also, check out my other videos on freelancing, which I've posted on the right side of the screen here. Alright, that's it for me guys. See you in the next video.